We welcome our listeners to the Friendly Cross-European podcast. I'm Karoliina from Finland, and joining me is Marion from France. We are the Outspoken too, and we invite you to be your authentic self. In these episodes, we are going to go over last season, what happened in our lives, what happened in production, our favorite episodes, and some things about the new season. Tervetuloa, welcome, bienvenue, and let's go!
Hi.
Hello, lover. How are you doing?
I want to die.
That's horrible.
Okay, it's a horrible beginning, but for context, I'm in my new apartment, and the sound is fucking horrible. So I am in a blanket fort on my own making. Except we are in a heat wave in France right now. So the blanket fort is horrible. I'm so fucking hot.
Yeah, I love the...
I hate it.
Yeah, and I love the image, because I can see you in your little blanket fortress. It's glorious. I'm forever cherishing this image.
I hope, listener, that you are thankful for all my trouble, for you to have a good experience listening to us. Because I will die of dehydration by the end of this episode, I think. I'm not gonna be able to not
Yeah, you can do better than my audio in episodes 5 and 6, because that was when I moved. And it sounded like I had the microphone too close to my computer, so the fan of the computer is humming on the background all the time, and I tried repairing the audio, but it took all the life out of me, so I sounded like I'm in a well by myself.
So if sometimes you hear me just puffing and laughing, is because that's my way of coping with the heat. You know? That's what I've been doing. I've been crying. I've been crying of fun. Too much fun. While I want to die inside from the heat. Like, real tears in my eyes. It's insane.
Or if we hear the huffing and puffing and some hissing noises, it's your fortress collapsing on you and the microphone. So you got the new
Hope you
apartment.
enjoy my life.
Yeah.
What?
I said that you finally bought the apartment. Congratulations.
Yes. It's been 4 days. Yeah, 4 days since we got the keys and became really, really indebted to the bank. That's what I said. Everyone is like, congratulations, you bought a house. I'm like, yeah, I bought a fucking debt.
Yeah.
I'm knee deep in debt right now. That's what I think. Or when I think about my house, I love it. For the record, I fucking love my house. My apartment is, I think, beautiful. We have some shit to do, like a whole kitchen to do, but the rest is beautiful, and I'm in love with it. I knew it was my apartment when I visited it the first time. Like the realtor, she was like, I saw it in your eyes when you walked it that you wanted it. And I was like, yeah, I knew it was it. And yeah, so I'm really happy that I got the one I wanted. It's big, really spacious, really luminous. And I can't wait to live in it, because even though I'm in it right now, I'm not living in it just yet. I'm in transition, but I am in my tent because the space is empty, so it's really echoey. So for your benefit, I decided that being super hot was better than having echoes. Hope you like it. If you
Take
don't
one
like
for
it,
the team.
don't say it. I won't deal with it very well if you say that it was shit.
Yeah, you are taking 1,000 for the team.
Yeah. Because
And,
I love you. Oh.
So actually it took us a year to get this first season up in the air or on the air. And it has been quite a year.
Yeah, it's more than a year because I think we recorded the first one, it was in July last year.
Yeah, might be. And we are now in August.
So a bit more than a year.
Yeah, that's true. And of course we got the idea even earlier than that. And talking about the first episode, we did that twice. So it was getting a little
Talking
old.
about sound.
Yeah. Because you didn't have a microphone yet when we recorded the first episode.
We tried. We made like samples and stuff, and we decided that the mic of my AirPods Pro were good enough. And so we decided to record the first one. And then you started the editing process, and we listened to it, and I was like, oh my God, I seem so far away.
Yeah.
Like, you there, and I'm like screaming at the other side of the room. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. So after trying really hard on your part to get the sound to be better, we decided that I needed to buy the mic, and we started again.
Yeah, and it's so much better. And it wouldn't have been that bad had we both had AirPods or something. But because I have a professional microphone, you could see the quality difference. It was cringeworthy.
Yeah, really, really not great. Maybe, if you are really like cool with us, one day we'll take some snippets of it and make you listen. Maybe.
And actually, I was very happy how the first episode came out. And I've had the pleasure of editing these podcasts, and it takes me now 2 to 3 hours. In the beginning, it took me 3 to 4 hours, and we have gotten so much better. There is less and less for me to edit, because especially in the first episodes, we had long pauses and everything because we are trying to find words. I was Googling words and stuff, but we left all that, and now I feel like the speeches come naturally for us.
Yeah, and not to forget that English is not our first language for neither of us. So I haven't spoke to you that much in English before we started recording the first podcast, because we're shit at communicating, and we talked like once every 6 months before the podcast. Like, it was a 5-hour phone call, but
Still.
but it was once every 6 months. So, and in France, I don't have anyone to speak in English with. So I needed to feel better speaking English. I think the more I speak, the easier it gets, and I get my rhythm back. Because I can still do it, but my accent is shit, and I have trouble to find words. And the more I do it, the easier it gets. So I think it's easier, and the speech is getting better the more we talk.
Yeah, that would be correct. Of course, you said after the first 2 or 3 episodes that you are saying like all the time, which is still true. And I have edited now 10.5 episodes, and I'm saying all the time when you are talking, and I just edit them out. It's so annoying when there is this bitch on the background. Yeah, I'm listening.
I can see all our tics of language when I'm doing the subtitles. because I see all the that stays and the yeah, the 3 in a row, or when we start a sentence, change one thing or repeat the I am, and I'm like, shit, this is how we talk.
Yeah.
So I edit so the sentence is okay, because if you read it, it reads insane.
And speaking of subtitles, I did the subtitles for the first episode actually. And then when I started doing the subtitles for the second episode, I did them for 40 minutes, and I was 10 minutes in the podcast, and I gave up because and I haven't done any subtitles since, because
if you're listening to this, just when it goes out, we have gave up on subtitles a long time ago. We are gonna do it. I swear I'm gonna do it. At least the English ones. But my life has been hectic. We are going to speak about it. So I don't have really much time right now. But I swear I'm gonna do the English ones. They're gonna come. I promise.
And the funny or the horrible thing is that when you do the English to French subtitles, the English to French algorithm is okay. Like, you are doing some changes, but not everything.
It's better than okay. It's really great, actually.
Well, good for you.
The most I do is on the English part. If I do the English part really well, I have minimal edits in French. Like, I just have to read the text, see if a sentence doesn't work, and edit on my likes, because in English they work, in French they don't. So I have to get them out of there.
Yeah, it's also yeah.
So yeah, I have to do that, but the English to French translation is absolutely marvelous.
I can't say the same for the English to Finnish translation, because I'm reading the sentences and I have no idea what's happening in the sentence. And many sentences I had to listen to the whole podcast, and I have to do everything from scratch because it just doesn't work in Finnish, and it's a lot of work. It's so much work, and that's why I gave up on the second episode, because I was wasting so much time on that. And actually,
one day we'll make it.
Yeah, because after I started doing the translation, it was so, like, the sentences were making no sense, and I was laughing all the time because it's just bad. And I actually started filming a video of me editing the texts. So maybe I could motivate myself with that to actually finish the subtitles and make YouTube videos of the best parts.
Yeah, subtitles are, for my part, because I take care of the English and French one, are fun, because I get to listen to the podcast, and maybe we are insane and think we are fucking funny, but both of us listening to the podcast all the time, we listen to it, and God, I laugh so hard all the time.
Same.
Like, last time I was editing the subtitles in the train to go see my sister, and I was laughing, and I was like, shit, I'm in the train, I cannot just laugh out loud, gonna get people fucked up. They're gonna hate me. But I was like, sometimes we're too funny for our own benefit. I think we are funny.
Yeah, me too.
You may not think that, but, who cares? We like ourselves.
Yeah, I have listened to the podcasts, obviously, when I'm editing them, and I'm cry laughing and editing, and my boyfriend is sitting next to me, and then I just give him the headphones, and I'm like, listen to this. It's so good, and especially I think after the episode 7, I think we found a rhythm, and especially in the 7th episode, I was laughing so hard at your reactions. That was the best part of the episode, and that's what stuck to me most in this season was your reactions to my stories in episode 7. It was so good. That was comedy gold.
If you don't remember or haven't listened to it, go check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think if I remember correctly, episode 7 is like the 4th part.
Yes.
So you have 3 more parts to watch if you want to keep up. A lot of videos to watch.
That's true. So many hours of
listen
us
to.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Looking for Love, You Won't Find It Here, episode 7.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I don't get bored talking to you. That's
Aw.
what's great in this. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not a great communicator. I talked about it in multiple podcasts by now. But I'm really comfortable with not talking to my friends for a long time. Doesn't mean they're not my friend at all. I like this kind of friendship.
Yeah.
Where we talk like for 5-6 hours at a time every 6 months and see each other and we love each other, and there is no doubt in my mind that you are one of my best friends. And
Yes.
but I didn't need to talk to you all the time to feel that. But I really, really love, even if no one's ever listening to this, that I got to and I get to speak to you that much. I forgot how much I loved our discussions when we were in Friends together, or whenever we see each other, because there is no end to it. Or there is no. We have comfortable silence, you know. We're not always talking, but there's always a subject of discussion between us. There is no like, I don't know what to say to you anymore. I have said everything. Even though we know most of our lives, we still have stories. And even if we talk about the same story over and over again, I don't get bored talking to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm very honored that I got to do this with you. And I'm so proud of us that we actually did it finally.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy
It's been
that we...
so long.
Yeah, it has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to take all that we have learned in the first season and take them to the next season. And we have so many ideas that we haven't even touched yet for the second season. Because
Yeah.
we had such a long list of podcast ideas for the first season, and we used 4 of them.
Yeah, because we made a lot of parts.
We did.
Because 1 hour is not enough.
No, 1 hour is not enough. Of course, when I'm editing, I feel like 40 minutes would be long enough, but because it actually adds a lot of time, especially in the earlier episodes. Now it's not a problem, because I used to edit the episodes in 3 or 4 sittings. Like it took such a long time that I couldn't concentrate to edit 1 episode at a time. But now the 11th episode I can do in 2 parts. I take so much less time to edit the episodes, and it's a lot of fun actually.
Yeah.
So what kind of
great.
highlights did you have from the first season?
I don't know. I love every bit of it. There is no one story that I loved listening to your stories about your boyfriends.
Yeah.
Because I knew most of it, but not some details, and I was like, what the fuck? I was really, yeah. And I love listening to us and see us laugh, and because I know we take pleasure in it, and it's really genuine. Like, there is no false laugh or
Oh
false
yeah,
friendship
that's
in
true.
this podcast.
Yeah, I hope that shows.
Yeah, I hope too, because it's a bit raw. We tell it like it is, and I I think sometimes we could maybe think a little more before we talk when I listen to the thing we say, because there's just really raw. And but I like it. I like it that way, that we just say what we mean. And yeah, that's why I, for the first season, don't know when you are listening to this, I have real trouble promoting it to my friends because it's so raw. And I don't know. I don't know if I want them to listen to it because
Oh,
they know
really?
me. And yeah, I think I'm a bit afraid that for some things that I talked about, it's a bit too personal for them. Like, I talk about past relationships, and some people, I talk about some of my friends in this as well. And I'm afraid that sometimes I went too far and that they will be mad at me. But because I have like
Yeah.
trouble in my brain with friendship, so I'm afraid of everything. And I'm, like I said in the friendships episode, I lost many friends to bullshit things. And I'm not gonna, I won't be good dealing with it. So I'm really afraid of having said the wrong thing and that someone will get mad at me and never want to talk to me again. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, I'm not promoting it at all at my friends. Like, most of them know that I have a podcast now, but I never gave them a link so they could find it.
My friends have been asking about it, and I like chronically forget to give them the link. And we are doing the 12th episode, and they have been asking since the first one for me to provide a
Yeah.
link, and I forget.
Yeah, the most I can do is like your posts say with the links that you make. And
Oh,
that's probably it. But I need to get my shit in order, and yeah, I will do it. But I'm like I said, trouble with friendship and everything, and self-worth a lot. So I don't believe in myself. I don't believe people will like me. So I'm afraid.
Yeah, I was mostly afraid about the exes finding out that I had such long episodes about them. I obscured some of the details, so I didn't want people to know who they are actually, because I don't want anyone to do anything for them or give them any grief, because I don't know what they are like anymore. They might be different people, I wouldn't know. And I was afraid also that my old friend group would find them, because they are the biggest biggest advocates for my ex-boyfriends, and they think that I'm insane for thinking that some great people could do things that I have talked about, and I was afraid that something would come from it. But on the other hand, I was so happy that my whole side of the story is now out there. People just didn't ask about it. They assumed that after hearing a couple of stories, they assumed that I'm just an bitter ex or making everything up. So if they want to know the whole thing, my side is out there, and I feel very happy about that. I feel like a weight has been lifted.
Yeah, you should. You should be happy about it. I think for most parts, I didn't lie, or at least that's for the all of the stories that I talked about. It was my side, like you said. When you said it's my side of the story, I agree 100% with that, because when you are in a relationship, any kind of relationship with anyone, there's always what you meant and how they receive it, how they perceive it. That's two different things, and you may think that you said something with a tone or a meaning behind it, but someone can receive it something really wrong. So it's important to have the two sides. And yeah, I didn't lie. That's how I felt at the time. And I think I owned my mistakes. I'm proud of actually owning that sometimes it was my fault. But still afraid.
And how has your life changed in the past year? You bought an apartment? Has something else happened?
Actually, my life doesn't look at all like he used to. I have the same job and the same boyfriend, but that's basically it. Yeah, I used to have just work and my friends, and that's it. And now I have this podcast that changed a lot, because now I have to have recording session with you and trying to take time, and I'm a chronic procrastinator. So that's my problem with subtitles. I always say like later, 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 and then
Later
it's like
good.
shit. So yeah, I think the podcast's been good and bad to me, because I feel such shit when I don't deliver on what I said that I would. So that's not good for my mental health at all. But, I decided to make this podcast with you. So I'm sticking with it because I like it. I like doing it a lot.
Yeah,
The
me
recording sessions are my favorite part for sure. But there is a lot of work besides just recording. And
four times the work.
Yeah, and I'm really happy I'm not the one doing the editing, but I know I slag behind of stuff I should be doing, and I always have any excuse to say that I should get it done later because I have my work, and chronic procrastinator, and I decided also, in the meanwhile, I'm doing a podcast who takes like we like 2 hours and a half a week recording. We used to do, and then you have like double that for the subtitles for my part. And I used to edit clips as well that never saw the light of day for now. When we are recording this, I have some. They are pretty much done, but we haven't made them yet. We haven't published them yet. So like, yeah, five hours to do all the shit I'm supposed to do, plus my work. And with all that, knowing that I had trouble to do, I decided that was the perfect time to launch my own company.
Of course.
Yeah. Because I'm quite insane, So I did all that I needed to do, like, on the administration side. So I am actually owner of a company. It's not owner of a company. I'm I'm an entrepreneur. Yay. Yeah. But I'm sewing shit. Like, I'm doing shit with sewing. And I have a lot of products that are made, and I haven't sold any because I haven't told anyone, and I haven't promoted it, and I have been stuck because now I'm moving, so my sewing machines and everything is on boxes, and everything is in boxes, so I have like half of my production done. That's it. And I wanted for the launch to have enough products, because everything is handmade. Like, it's not some drop shipping or stuff like that. Like, I take raw fabric and I do stuff with it. And I wanted to have a line, some different products of different shades and stuff like that, so people have a choice and not just one product. But I think I wanted too much too fast, because I have like 2 lines made up that are done, but I want like 6 of them, and I don't have time to take care of this right now.
Oh my.
It's actually, there's like 6 products in every line, and in every line is different color of the same product, types of products.
Okay,
If
that's
I'm
a lot.
clear. Yeah, one day you'll see links to buy my shit on our page. One day, when I get time to take pictures and stuff like that of my shit. But so I'm taking too much at the same time. And I'm buying a house, and I bought the house and the apartment ready, and like, it was a lot of work, more than I expected, with realtors and notaries, and everything was so much work. And it was too much. I drowned a bit, and I was like feeling like nothing would work, and I like paused the company because I was like done with it. For now, it's in pause because I need to deal with other shit first. The apartment come first, then the podcast, and then my work. But it's been difficult dealing with all of this, because also I have ADHD, so I have passions that last like 2 months, and then I'm done with the shit. And it's really difficult because the sewing thing was like the passion for 2 months, and now I don't know if I have the passion to do it anymore.
Oh,
but also I invested money in it, so I'm fucked.
So you are just drowning in your own creations.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with them.
I'm such a creative person. It's funny because I'm also the scientist one in my family, but I'm also the creative one. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I always take hobbies. Like, some days I want to paint and I buy everything to do paints, and then I just like, I'm done with this.
Okay, so you had a very busy year. A very busy year. I had a very, very, let's say, I had a busy year as well, because in the fall when I was moving, I was working 42 hours a week. I had 2 part-time jobs, and I was moving at the same time. So every free second I had, I was packing boxes and moving. On top of the 42 hours of work, I was taking some courses at the university. So I was very, very, very busy. Then after that, I took more courses in the spring, and I changed jobs. And I have been composing a lot now. My new job is amazing. It fits me so well. And
so happy for you.
Yeah, me too, because I have enough time on top of my like working hours. I'm going to the gym. I have been going swimming. I have time to take the dog out. I have time to do all my household work. I have time to play the guitar and the piano and ukulele and sing every day. And it's a blessing. I feel like I'm in a constant state of bliss. And when I look back 6 months, I was very tired and overworked. Also, I have learned from my earlier studies at the university. I used to start reading to the exams one day before the exam is, and I hadn't even attended any of the lectures, and then I just fall apart because I can't do it. I can't learn everything on one day. And now I'm keeping up with all the deadlines. I'm actually submitting all the work before the deadline. So my actual deadline is that I place for myself is 2 or 3 days before the work is due. So then if it's not ready, I'm not even in a hurry yet with the finishing of it. And I have been getting 4s and 5s out of 5 from all the university courses in finances, and I'm very proud of myself.
You should be.
I am.
You should be. Yeah.
Queen Peach is very proud of herself.
Yeah. And you know what? I just remembered that I forgot a huge part of why I had so not time this year.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about it. And I'm like, shit. It's a huge part. What happened when I talk about my life and not remember that? Because I spent a lot of time and energy and mental energy trying to figure out what is wrong with my body.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I completely forgot that I spent half the year like having maybe once a week appointment with the doctors and a lot of exams and stuff like that. And yeah, it took some time and energy, money.
Yeah.
Not that we are not really good in France with that. Like, it's mostly free. Not totally, but mostly free. So I'm really happy for it. You know, because all the things I've done would cost me a lot of money if I was in the US.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. I never think I would I would have found what I had or what the doctors think I have, you know, if I was in any other country, because fuck, it's expensive and all the tests I had to get. And yeah, so a big part of my year was figuring out what's wrong, because I've been getting sick since I was 11. So most of my life, most of my memory is being like in chronic pain. That for my life, I think is the worst part, because it's completely invisible and I'm just in pain pretty much all the time. And it fucks your mind to be in pain all the time. Like, it fucks your mind. So yeah, and not knowing what you have is worse than knowing, because you just never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna be next. You never know when it's gonna stop. So the response in my case is it's never gonna stop. So yay!
But now you know.
Yeah, now I'm not so sure. Like, I had diagnosis for most of my life. People told me that you have this, but every time they changed their mind. So that's the closest one now. You know.
I see. Okay.
So to talk a bit about my health, to explain, I've been getting some chronic joint pains in my knees since I'm 11, and my health has degraded mostly throughout my adulthood. Like, it's getting worse every day for the most part. Funny enough, my knees are getting better these days, but my back is getting worse. So yeah, fun. And yeah, I saw my life deteriorate from a young age, and not being able to do what I wanted to do. Like, I was an athlete, and now it's hard to get up 5 flights of stairs. It's difficult for me to be in this position. But yeah, I spend a lot of time trying to figure out. I've been doing that since I'm 20, so it's been 7 years. When I go through a phase, I'm like, yeah, I need to know what I have. So I go through the doctors and all the tests, and they tell me that that's it. You have that, or we cannot find anything. We don't understand why you're in pain. And this time, I think the diagnosis is pretty much on the nose. But this is a diagnosis of elimination. There is no test for it. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, it fits. But it's not the only time it fits. It has been a fit. So, yeah. So the diagnosis was fibromyalgia. And it's chronic pain. And the funny thing is, it doesn't happen in children normally. Like, it's a very rare case that it starts so early. So, yay, me! You know? I'm the lucky few.
Special. Yeah, you're the special one.
Yeah, because fibromyalgia usually start in between the age of 30 and 60, mostly in females. And yeah, it started, I was 11.
Yeah, that's a very early onset.
Yeah, so it's been hard on my mind because we had another idea before this diagnosis. It was genetic disease, but it was manageable. The disease was not curable because it was genetic, but at least there were treatments and ways to have your life be normal. But with fibromyalgia, like, the doctors just say to me, like, bad luck. That's it. And they said, like, just take some Advil and go on with your day if you're in pain. And I'm like, cool. Because, yeah, it's funny, but chronic pain, you get really used to Advil and paracetamol and stuff like that. So your body doesn't react to it anymore. So you can't take any more because your body gonna, like, do shit with it. Like, if you take too much of a medication, even if you are accustomed to it, you're just gonna have the side effects and the overdose of the medication. So you have to get stronger medicine. So now I'm in another class of opioids. So I have to take opioids for the pain. So it's not fun. And yeah, so that's one chronic disease. And I have endometriosis as well, that I learned this year as well.
Oh,
so I have two chronic
horrible.
disease. The two of them are inflammations and chronic pain. So, yay, me. So yeah, for my mental health, this year, not great.
Yeah, but you have still done a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of work and house and taking care of yourself, and that's a lot. You have a lot of on your plate.
Thank you. Actually, I think when I read about fibromyalgia and endometriosis, I think I'm in the lucky few. Because when I read about it, they talk about how you can, like, reintegrate into society because you had to be cut off because the pain was too much and you couldn't work anymore and you couldn't live a normal life. And I think in my bad luck, I've been living with chronic pain since I can remember, really. It started so early in my life. I don't think I remember a day without pain. So I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me as much, you know? When you're used to pain all the time, it goes away in the background. So I have pretty much a normal life if you look at it. I cannot do sports and activity is difficult and I cannot just go on a walk with my boyfriend even though I want to and he loves it. Because maybe I cannot get back to the house after that because I cannot walk, but that's the only thing that really bothers me. So I'm also happy that I'm not that affected by it. My life already is working with this. It's not, I didn't have to change a thing with
that's
this
nice.
diagnosis. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it was a big year for you. And
Yeah, really.
it has been a big year for me as well, because I had my first live gig, live performance for 2.5 years.
Yay!
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to publish some of the live versions from my singing. I was editing them yesterday, and I was so proud of myself. Like,
You should be.
yeah, I am. And I'm hoping to get my first singles out this year or early next year. And that's huge. My own songs, composed and lyrics by me. That's a huge thing. And
Yeah.
so,
Feel free to look at the descriptions. She will put the channel in, and you can look at it. Yes?
oh yes, please. That
We're gonna
would
do
be
that.
a lot.
Yeah. People, she actually, it's really nice, but not necessary, asked me if she could do that. Put our channel on the description, because she didn't want to bother me. I was like, why are you asking? It's your channel as well. You can do whatever. Do self-promo.
Oh yeah, sure. Shelfless self-promotion. Listen to my
Yeah.
music.
You
That's
should.
actually
You
what
should.
I would like to do. I want to do media-related things and music. That's my career of choice. And for now, I am waitress on top of this, part-time waitress, because I like paying for rent and eating and traveling to Paris to see my friend.
Yay! I cannot wait. I truly cannot
Me
wait.
neither. It's my birthday gift after the fiasco with my passport.
I hope you have it.
I do, actually. My boyfriend got it for me because I couldn't get it because I didn't have official documentation. So I had to sign him the papers so that he can get my passport from the post office. And we have some good ideas for the new season.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about our family life more. And oh, sorry. This cough has been going for more than a week now. We are going to start a new series, France versus Finland, where we are going to look at statistics and ways of living. And I'm looking forward to that. And then I have ideas about mental health. We should talk about that, how we have improved ours, and
Yeah. Wasn't
what
easy.
happens. Yeah, and what happens in your love life when you have had such good boyfriends like we did.
Makes it hard.
Yeah. So I'm very looking forward to the next season, and I'm looking forward to the next year. I'm sure we don't take a year for the second season because we have experience now. We know how
Yeah.
this shit works now. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to taking a little break because I'm going to take the 4 to 5 hours a week that I have been putting towards this podcast to recording my first singles. And then once they are out, I would be happy to continue recording with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna take all my time to try and have a kitchen for when you are coming. Because, yeah, I decided that the kitchen was not good enough for me. So I'm doing it all over. And I'm breaking a wall. So a lot of work. But I'm not an expert in anything. So yeah, I need the help of a colleague that is an expert, and my dad. And yeah, I'm a bit afraid because I had a timeline in mind. And today I saw my colleague. I'm like, yeah, I have the keys to the apartment. We can start working on it. And he was like, I have to do my kitchen and I have some other projects. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to be available for a while. And I'm going to see tomorrow when he's available. I was like, yeah, we're going to do this weekend. We're going to demo this weekend. And that's all I need him for demolition and to... Like, we have to take all the tiles from the walls, and we have to like redo the walls after that.
Oh.
And his job is to take all the tiles and redo the walls, and then I'm taking care of the paint. I take care of the kitchen, like putting the kitchen together. So I don't need him for the whole time, but it's the first part. If it's not here, I cannot like start. So we'll see. I was hoping that we could do all the demolition and all the work on the walls this weekend because it's a long weekend in France. It's gonna be the 15th of August, and it's a day who isn't worked. So we have a 3-day weekend, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do all the demolition, we're gonna do the walls, and then we gonna paint. And next week my dad can put the kitchen together because I'm at work. He's a retiree, so he said, just give me the keys to the apartment. I'm gonna demo the kitchen when you're at work, and then we're gonna do the tiles, and then I can like put the kitchen together when you're at work for next week. So I was like, yeah, great. But now I'm like, shit. So we'll see. I will know tomorrow.
So maybe when I come to Paris, I'm going to have a blanket fortress for living situation.
No, you'll have a room. The part is I'm not sure we'll have a kitchen.
Yeah.
So we'll have a kitchen of sorts. Because I have everything, like I have some burners that are on like electricity that are portables. I have a portable oven, and I have a portable microwave. So I can like cook-ish if I just put a table and put everything on the plug, you know? Because I also have like water and stuff like that, and you'll have your room, don't worry, this will be ready. But it's the kitchen, I'm afraid. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have my kitchen in the living room on the fucking dining table plugged into a wall.
Don't take away my reasons or my excuses to eat out every day for every meal.
We can
my
do
vacation.
that because that's one of the strong points of my apartment, and this is what I like the most. I really love the apartment in and of itself, but the great thing is it's really a great location, and you are in train 30 minutes away from Paris.
Wow.
You can just walk from my house, and you get on a train and you're in the center of Paris.
Oh, sounds amazing.
Yeah, with this same train, it's RERB, for those who know. You can go to Roissy, Charles de Gaulle, so the airport, and you can go to Orly, the other airport. You can go everywhere in France because we also have a big train station, like for TGV, the high-speed trains. So you, from my house on foot, you can go anywhere in the world.
Whoa.
You don't have to take your car. So that's a strong
amazing.
point. Yeah, you can like grab a bus, a train, you have to take the train to get to a fucking flight, but you know.
Yeah. I'm happy for
And
you.
also we have a cinema walking distance, like it's 5 minutes from my house. We have a big cinema. We have restaurants. We have like supermarkets and optician and dentist, and we have everything. Some people, the realtor said that it's a small Paris because you're not far from Paris. You are starting to see the price of Paris, but it's you can do everything by foot. Like when I go to my job, I take the car because I have strange hours. And yes, I really need to explain why I take the car, because I feel fucking awful taking the car. Because I want to be an ecologist and I want to think about the world, and I'm like, fuck me for taking the car for a 10-minute ride to go to work. But yeah, I start at 6 in the morning, guys. I cannot deal with fucking biking at 6 in the morning. So yeah, so I just take the car to go to my workplace. It's 10 minutes, and I work at the same place as my boyfriend, so we share the car. So yay, not alone in the car. But we share the car, and it's the only time we use the car a day. Like going there, going back, everything else is done on foot.
That's nice. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. In the words of a oh my god, that's a hard word again.
Yeah.
Realtor. Realtor. What? How did
Realtor.
you say? Realtor.
Realtor.
In the words of a realtor, was it like
Yeah,
that?
I think it's how it's pronounced. If I'm wrong, don't say it.
Yeah. In the words of the realtor, oh my god,
Realtor.
there are three important things when buying a house: location, location, and location.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to buy here, because I'm a city girl. I like being able to do everything by foot, but my dream was to live in a really small city, in a townhouse, and have the same thing, that everything is done on foot. But I wanted the house and I wanted the garden. But where I wanted it, it was not possible. And I could have gone farther in another city. But if I had done that, I would have had to take my car to get to the train. And it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. So,
and I like living here.
You like living?
Here, yeah, in this town, I like it. I think it's easy, and I like the environment. And because we are in a city, we are leftists in this city, and we really think about ecology. And I'm in a new part of town that is like, I think it's less than 20 years old. Everything is new here, so it was thought with that kind of thing in mind. We have trees everywhere. We have parks. We have when I talked about transportation, we also have a direct route from Paris that is called Coulée Verte, and it's a direct route with only trees. Like you can cycle and walk to Paris without interruption.
Oh, I can't wait to do that when I come.
Yeah. Florent did it once with a friend of his. It's like 13 kilometers a walk. And he went to Paris by foot. And then he came back with the train because it was a lot in the day.
Yeah. So, we have been talking for an hour. So I was thinking we could end this episode on this happy note.
No. I was good in my tent. You know what? I'm not dying of hotness.
Yeah.
It's hot. I think I will breathe better when this tent comes out. And I'm sweaty as fuck. But it was not as bad as I thought.
Good. That's better better than expected.
Yeah, I think the conversation distracted me from the hotness of the
Good.
place.
That's the point of this podcast, to distract everyone from their lives and maybe learn something on the way.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to season 2 with you. I'm so happy that you joined me for this first season, and I'm very happy with this.
Yeah. I never thank me enough. Yes, I'm thanking myself. Don't worry. I'll never thank me enough to have had the courage to talk to you this day, the first day we met.
Oh yeah.
And just come to see you.
That's cute.
And tell you that you look like my friend. Because I never thought that. Oh my God, how long has it been?
8 years.
7 years? 7, 8?
8. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 years. I never thought that 8 years later I'll be doing this with you. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I'm so happy
yeah,
you talked to me.
Yeah, I'm happy for our friendship. I'm so happy I have you in my life. Really thankful for that. And I'm happy we did this because it's been 8 years in the making, people. We talked about it the first month that we met each other.
Yeah, that's true.
8 years in the making. But I'm happy. We were not in the same place in our lives back then, and I'm happy we did it now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with the product that we made. I'm happy with the sound. I'm happy with the ideas we are taking out in the world. I'm just happy.
Yeah. Me too. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for being here and doing this.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me for 8 years. I know I'm not easy sometimes.
And that's all for this episode, though not for this friendship or this podcast. Or do you have something else to add?
No, I'm just gonna add that even though I'm happy for the break, I can't wait to start it all over again for season 2.
The same. Here. Oh my God, let me get myself together. The cough is coming now after talking for 1 hour. We invite you to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. You can find us on any podcast platform. If you have any questions or something you would like us to address, you can email us at theoutspoken2@gmail.com. Thank you, and catch you all in the next season.
Bye, everyone.
Moi moi.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Good.